لو تخينا مسس كنوفل لنا نفرح بنا كنتبع لنا سبسي أيتفرح نحق فرح نزقيها فرح
سلام زخبركم تخاتلتم كنا بتيدي بريس بدحن مصاخم مابزناي لومي 6 تقمتي 2022 مدبنا بزعباتي صباح شوعات تقمتي 2022 اب واشنطن دي سي زكايد سلماዊ ሰልፊ ዝምልከት ይኸውን ነዚ خبرሃልናኻ ዮናስ ወልዱ ካብ የባይቶ ይኣክል ሕብረት መንግስታት ኣሜሪካ ሒዘ የቕልኩም ቀሪበ ኣለኹ ክሳብ መወዳእታ መደብና ምሳና ክፀንሑ ዕድሜና እዩ ክሳብ ናብ መደብ ዘሕልፈኩም በዛ ደርፍ ክሳግረኩም
ربين لكم وزا زنبين بزغزا زمدردو عين حيزا كعربي له تقانزا محراي كاز حجن عزمو صباح من يغزمو لنا الكنبل عمو كني حكس نفالمو عادي وصف زي كسنة من كمان تدندن قدي مسكم تقدم عبيد مسكم تقدم بحر سدة توسدهم تجيبهم كل عبيدهم فتح البنا قيدهم جمد قبل زمدهم نعرف بازاقر وياي نسمر مو بحبار نعياي أمانغو خالو فتاني حسب لبخا بتاني حبير كدا قدمو صبح كلامي إلمو تحق ناس من سرقا مناسير ومتبقا زعدنا انتاي ودقا زبور رزحاي برقا هيوات زاب الجامو حقو تسرق سلامو حزب دكاي بلالو قزي مولالي قزي خانكلو كان زاخ حاصر علنا بلو إذن حفاش دمص خاصبلو علنا كابلو تركا مسلو وقت جمالو زي وازا كعرب كله تقانزا درنا دعين حيزا وقحتنا قعزا تعلال كم أدغنت صباحي باسب سعنت تبحال الله بغنت بحراسة زمغنت حزبينا تغردنا بحيلنا تبتر من تغير رزقنا عين بالنسغان حرمتنا من داي حنفت حندي زقودان صباح قبله مختعبي نماخر مو بدبي نركب موزاقر نوياي سمر مو بحبار نحياي عدم سلوى باد دربي كيحم كلغا حبار بدبي زيد كسالو وترو ذدبي كل وانزفو هاجر تعبي عكا ودز حزبي لك غباقر زعبي أتا ودز حزبي تاي قدال لك غفتح زعبي أتا ودز حزبي تاي قدال لك غب حق زعبي أتا ودز حزبي تاي قدال لك غبز بزعبي تاي قدال لك حبز زعبي تاي قدال لك غبز زعبي تاي قدال لك حبز زعبي حبز زعبي دمي بغبرة كم زي ملسة هزبان قدام النافسة نعيد دقيس من مستكسة مسلا لقا زي تملسة عطا ودز حزبي تاي قدال لقا غباقر زعبي عطا ودز حزبي تاي قدال لقا غفتح زعبي عطا ودز حزبي تاي قدال لقا غفتح زعبي عطا ودز حزبي تاي قدال لقا غبو زعبي تاي قدال لقا أبو زعبي قدال لقا أبو زعبي تاي قدال لقا حبز زعبي تاي قدال لقا أبو زعبي
Thank you. ዝኸበርኩም ተኸታተልቲ ደጊመ እንኳዕ ናብ ቴዲ ፍሬስ ብድሓን መጻኹም ክብለኩም ደሊ ክሳብ መወዳእታ ምሳና ክጽንሑ ዓድሜና እዩ ከምዚ ትርእይዎ የናስ ወልዱ ካብ ባይቶ ሕብራት መንግስታት ኣሜሪካ ሕጀልኩም ቀሪበ ኣለኹ የናስ እንኳዕ ናብ ቴዲ ፍሬስ ብድሓን መጻኻ
Thank you so much. It's good to see you too. But قرب التقنية كزاربة and majority of the time the English كزاربة.
feel free ሓደ ግዜ እቲ ናህና ኣውዲየንስ ትግርኛ ስለዝኾነ ትግርኛ ተዛሪብካ ጽቡቕ ተሓዊስካ ለ ብእንግሊዝኛ ዳስ ኦኬ ኣብ መንጎ እንዳኣተኹ ክትርጉሞ ክፍትን እየ ሶ ብመጀመርያ ብዛዕባኻ ዘይተላለየና መን የናስ መኒኻ ትበሃል እንደና ኣብዚ ናይ ይኣክልን ኣብቲ ናይ ሰለማዊ ሰልፊ ዘለካ ተራ ማለት what's your role in ይኣክል and in this demonstration.
Okay, yeah. So my name is Jonas Waldo, and I work under Diplomacy Department in Baito Yaakl, USA. And I've been very active, I would say, at the beginning of this war. And it's very important that we remain active. It's very important I remain active and engaged. In diplomacy, we've done a lot of accomplishments over the years, and I'll share that with you today. And then as far as the protests, I'm here just to make sure everybody is invited and come to the protests and support, and we'll explain the importance of that and the effectiveness of it as well.
ግርም ጽቡቕ ዝኸበርኩም ተኸታተልትና ከምዚ ትርእይዎ ዘለኹም የናስ ካብ ክፍሊ ዲፕሎማሲ ናይቲ ዲፕሎማሲ ክፍሊ ሓላፊ ዘሎ ማለት እዩ ኣብ ዘይቡ ካብዚ ናይ ሰላማዊ ሰልፊ ኩሉ ሰብ ብዛዕባ ሰላማዊ ሰልፊ ዘሎ ሓበሬታ ክረክብን ክሳተፍን ኣብኡ ኣክቲቭ ኮይኑ ንኽመፅን ማለት እዩ ብዘይቡ እቲ ዲፕሎማሲ ዝገብሮ ዘሎ ስራሓት ክነግረና ምዃኑ እዩ ዝገልፅልና ዘሎ ማለት እዩ ስለዚ ገሊኡ ኣብ መንጎ ሕልፍ ኢለ ክትርጉሞ ስለዚ ባዕልኻትኩም እውን ክሰምዕዎ ስለ ትኽእሉ ፀገማት ዘሎ ይመስለንን so okay tell us more about what you are doing in diplomacy.
Okay, Bella. So in diplomacy, our responsibility is to build relations. With who? With the people of Congress. Build relations with our community, all the Eritreans. Build relations with our neighbors in the Horn of Africa. That's our responsibility as diplomacy. The reason is because if we build relations, we wouldn't have it. If we had good relations, we wouldn't have it. So that's what we're doing. So we're building a relation with Congress. We're building a relation with Eritreans. We're building a relation with anybody who's pro-justice. And then at the same time, we're going after the Isaias Afwerki enablers. The people who help Isaias, we're going after them. And that's part of the process. Legally.
Okay, thank you so much. ዝኸበርኩም ተኸታተልቲ ከምዚ ሰማዕኹሞ ማለት እዩ ከም ዲፕሎማሲ ኣብ ሰለስተ ነገራት ዝተቐሰና ኣለዋ ምስ ናይ ኣሜሪካ ኮንግረስ ርክባት ንገብር ብዘይቡኻ ምስ ናይ ኤርትራ ማሕበረሰብ ማለት እዩ ኤርትራን ኮሚኒቲ ዝበሎ ብዘይቡኻ ምስ ጎረባብትና ኢሉ ጠቂስዎን ኣሎ our neighbors ምስ ዝተቐሶ ጽቡቕ ዝምድና ጽቡቕ ርክባት ነይርና እንተዝኸውን ዝሕጂ ዘለና ያው ኩናትን ገለናይ መሃልናን እዩ ዝብል ዘሎ ብዘይቡኻ ነቲ ኣንጻር ህግደፍ ደው ከም ዝብል ጠቂስ ዘሎ what do you do against the higdef enablers you say?
So the biggest one, the obvious one everybody knows about, and it's not a secret, is false political asylum. That's the biggest one. And then another one is the money laundering, supporting the Eritrean government financially. That's number 2. And number 3 would probably be the harassment and the blackmail and the threats. If you're a diaspora, Eritrean diaspora, none of that should be coming over here. None of that should be happening to anybody. And the fact that people are taking refuge is a big statement. So anybody who's supporting the dictatorship from way out here is doing the wrong thing. So that's an example.
Okay, Jonas, let's come back. So you say that it's the false asylum seekers, you say. And what do you do with them? And you mentioned about also the harassment. What do you do?
Oh, so with them, report them. We report them to authorities, local authorities, and ICE, which is immigration. Just report them because the whole idea of the dictator is only strong because he has support. So his enablers are the problem. He's the problem as well. But report them. That's the main thing. That's what we do.
Okay. So good. ዝኸበርኩም ተኸታተልቲ ከምዚ ሰማዕኹሞ ማለት እዩ እቲ ከም ሓደ ካብቲ ዝሰርሕዎ ዘለዉ ማለት እዩ ነቶም ዕቑባ ሓቲቶም ናይቲ መንግስቲ ዝድግፉ ዘለዉ ኣካላት ቁጠባዊ ሓገዝ ዝህቡ ነቲ መንግስቲ ኹን ብዘይብኡ ንካልኦት ስደተኛታት ዘሰራጥዩ ማለት እዩ ዝፀልሙ ዘሰራጥዩ እዚ ናይ ገንዘብ ሓዋላ ዝገብሩ ንኩሎም ንጠርዓሎም እዩ ዝብል ዘሎ ሪፖርት ንገብር ናብቶም መንግስታውያን ትካላት ማለት እዩ ብፍላይ ናይ ኢሚግሬሽን ዝምልከት ናብኣቶም ከምዚ ቢል ዝገብር ዘሎ ማለት እዩ so how many people have you so far reported?
I don't want to give you a number, but it's up there. And but the main thing is we have to just focus on the task. Reduce the enablers, incentivize people not to support the dictatorship is the key. That's the main thing. And we have a strong team. Team Freedom is doing a wonderful job, as you know, Team Freedom, Captain Eritrea. And without the team, none of this can be done. Without yaaKl, none of this can be done. Without Bright Future, none of this can be done. Without Brigade Hamadou, none of this can be done. Without all Eritrean political forces, all these organizations that are collectively working together, this could not be done.
Okay. እንታይ ዝብል ዘሎ ዝኸበርኩም ተኸታተልትና ከምዚ ዝሰማዕኹሞ ማለት እዩ እቲ ሪፖርት ይጠርዑ ምዃኖም ናይቶም ከምዚኦም ዝኣመሰሉ ዝገብሩ ንስርዓት ዝድግፎ ዝኣመሰሉ ፀብፃብ የቕርቡ ምዃኖም ናብቲ መንግስቲ ይሕብሩ ምዃኖም እዩ ክገልፀልና ፀኒሑ ክንደይ ዝኣኽሉ ኢኹም ኣኪብኩም ዘለኹም ዝብል ሓሳብ እቲ ቁፅሪ ኣለኖ ግን ኣይክዛረበሉን እየ ዝብል ሓሳብ ይሂቡ ብዘይቡ ግን ብዘይ ናይ ኩሎም ናይ ደንበ ፍትሒ ተሳታፍነት ክውን ኣይምኾነን ነይሩ ገለ እዩ ዝብል ዘለና ኣሎ so what was the outcome so far, Jonas?
Well, the outcome you're going to know when it's public, and when the outcome everyone's going to know at the same time. I'm not going to just spit it out here right now publicly to confuse everybody. So when the results happen, the results are going to happen. And then let's leave that one out there.
So Jonas, are you saying that there was no any results so far?
I can't say that, but I'm saying things are picking up in terms of any people who's doing things illegally. They're going to stop doing things illegally, and that's what it's going to come down to.
Okay. I just want a clarification, Jonas. I just want to understand it. You're saying, okay, you reported it. Is there any results so far? You're saying they are going to stop it, but they have not stopped yet, no?
So, for example, if you see somebody who gets deported, right, who happens to be a Higdef supporter, then that's going to be a result. And so when that's known, that's known. But we're not going to know the people that are getting caught, we're not going to be able to. We're not going to publicize it. That's the main thing. Let the authorities do their job is the key.
So how's they done so far?
I think they're doing a good job. And then also, for example, the other part you got to remember is this, Teddy. The other part of diplomacy is building relations with Congress as well. And so what they want us to do, what they told me personally, and is to keep them up to date with the ongoing activities, because there's so many mixed messages. Mm-hmm. And so what they don't want to, they just want clear, truthful information, because the other side is also feeding them propaganda as well. Mm-hmm. And so with us, all we have to do is stay on the truth lane, and then we don't have to worry about anything. Mm-hmm. And then from there, they can make the right policies that help Eritrean people.
Okay. Right. ዝኸበርኩም ተኸታተልትና ከምዚ ክሰምዕዎ ፀናሕኩም ማለት እዩ ብዝኾነ ክንደይ ዝኣኽሉ እንታይ በፂሕሎ ውፅኢት ናይቲ ዝገበርኩሞ ዝሃብኩሞም ሓበሬታ ሳበይ በፂሕሎ እንታይ ውፅኢት ተረኺቦ ገለ ዝብል ሓሳብ እዩ ብዙሕ ጥልቕ ኢሉ ክዛረበሉ ዝደለየ መሰለንን ብሓፈሻ ንሕና እቲ ሪፖርት ንገብሮ ኣለና መንግስቲ ኸ ናይ ባዕሉ ስራሕ ዝሰርሕ ኣሎ ፅቡቅ ሰርሑ ኣለዉ ገለ እዩ ዝብለና ዘሎ ብዘይብኡ ከዓ ምስ ኮንግረስ ዝገብርዎ ዘለዉ ዝምድናታት ብፍላይ እቲ ስርዓት ዝገብሮ ዘለዎ ኩነታት ንዓቶም ከም ዝሕብርዎን ፅቡቅ ዝምድና ኣብ ምፍጣር ይሰርሑ ከም ዘለዉ እዩ ክገልፀልና ፀኒሑ የናስ okay is there anything that you would like to add what you have achieved through your department?
Yeah, well, right now we're achieving a lot of relations with other like grassroots, like Don Cannell, for example. He's doing a lot of he obviously he knows a lot about the Eritrean struggle, and then we had conversations with him, so he's doing a wonderful job. So we're building relations with him, and the other thing is we're just focused on getting them to give us the policies we need that reduces the power and the influence that Higdef has on the Eritrean people, at the same time benefits all Eritrean people, and of course ends this war. That's where we're focused at right now. Mm-hmm. The policy that I'm still pushing for is HR 6600, which is a House resolution bill, and then also S3199, which is a Senate bill. And by this becoming into law, any entity that gets in the way of peace will be addressed. So those are the kind of policies that we're focused on. And one of the biggest message I want to leave with everybody is this: the two departments that can make the most effect the quickest is the State Department and the Executive Department, Executive Branch, the Presidency of the United States and the State Department. Those are the two entities that can make the quickest change, the quickest way, which is why we're holding the protest at the State Department on October 7th, tomorrow at 10 a.m.
راي از خبركم تخاتلتي تي وانا نتي اول حواريتا بمهاب تي منغستي امريكا صبوق بوليسي مازن حزب دربحن سرعه سياس ناي صلواناي سياس اب حزبنا زلوو صلوان مقناس تجبر سرعه يغبر خم زلوي وخطا كصنحو وبزيبو بزعباتن HR 660 I think and then 3199 فلان كم زلوي تقيس زلو ابدو علي ون تي ناي فتصام أكالن تناي بيتصفت بريسيدنتن تي منغست أمريكان نعو ركباتها مقبارن سلزينا خالومي صباح زقبر دلو سلمان سلف نقبر زل نايزل دلو بتعمل تصبق يا ناس thank you so much so tell us about the demonstration. What is the plan tomorrow?
Okay, so the demonstration for tomorrow, the purpose of it, Hiji, I'm gonna say it in English, Quena, and then you can
okay.
Yeah. Number one, why we're having this demonstration, the innocent Eritrean mothers and children and elders are all getting thrown out of their homes for not handing their family members to the PFDJ regime. People are being snatched up. Young and old Eritreans are getting rounded up and sent to an unnecessary war. This is why we're holding a demonstration, to bring attention to this. Thousands of Eritreans are vanishing in a senseless war in a foreign land. This is why we're holding the protest. PFDJ is gambling with our future, all the Eritreans' future in this nation. This is why we're having a protest. The PFDJ is getting involved in the internal affairs of Ethiopia and committing horrendous war crimes there. This is the reality. This is why we're having this protest. The regime has turned Eritrea into an open prison. We're bringing attention to this. This is why we're having a protest. And then our silence and inaction is prolonging the suffering. This is why we're having the protest. This is why we're going after the enablers to reduce, to eliminate the strength that Higdef has on the Eritrean people.
ግርም ዝኸበርኩም ተኸታተልትና እቲ መቐጥታ ሰለማዊ ሰልፊ ንምንታይ ሰለማዊ ሰልፊ ዝግበር ዘሎ ንዝብል ሓሳብ ብእንግሊዝኛ ዝተጻሕፈ ዝብሎ ዘሎ እቲ ቀዳማይ እቲ ኦኬ እንታይ ድብል ዘሎ እቲ ኣዴታትን ቆልዑታትን ዓበይትን ካብ ገዝኦም ተሰጊጎም ቶም ማለት እቲ ደቆም ከረክቡ ስለ ዘይከኣሉ ካብ ኣባይቶም ይስጎጉ ከም ዘለው young and all the Eritreans are getting round up. Okay. ይግፈፉ ከም ዘለው ናብ ዘይግባእ ኩናት ይኣቱ ከም ዘለው ይጠቂሶ ተኻላይ ሳልሳይካ ብኣሽሓት
ሰዲ ብትግርኛ ስደደካ ሕጂ ራእያ ቴሌፎን
ኣብ ትግርኛ ሰድካ ኣለካ ተተርጎመ ኦኬ ሕጂ ራእያ ኦሩ ክሳይ ጌርን ኣለዎ ያ ኦኬ እንታይ ብደሎ ንጹሃት ኤርትራውያን ኣዴታትን ህፃናትን ዓበይቲ ዓድን ኣባላት ስድራ ቤትን ንስርዓት ህግደፍ ኣረኪበን ስለዚህ ሃባ ካብ ገዘን ይድርበያ ኣለዋ መንስያትን ዓበይትን ኤርትራውያን ተጠርኒፎም ናብ ዘየድሊ ኩናት ይላኣኹ ኣለዉ ሳልሰይቲ ብኣሽሓት ዝቁፀሩ ኤርትራውያን ኣብ ባዕዳዊ መሬት ኣብ ዝካየድ ዘሎ ትርጉም ኣልቦ ኩናት ይጠፉ ኣለዉ ሕወሓት ምስ መጻኢናን መጻኢ ህዝብናን
It's supposed to say PFDJ.
Yeah.
The translator messed it up.
ኣብዚኣ ህግደፍ ምስ መጻኢናን መጻኢ ህዝብናን ቁማር ትፃወታላ ብላለ ማለት እዩ ኣቕሬታ ሓምሸይቲ ህግደፍ ኣብ ውሽጣዊ ጉዳያት ኢትዮጵያ ተጸሚዱ ኣብ ጽዩፍ ገበናት ኩናት ይፍጽም ኣሎ ሻድሸይቲ ከዓ ስርዓት ህግደፍ ንኤርትራ ናብ ክፉት ቤት ማእሰርቲ ቀይርዎ ኣሎ ይብል ቁፅሪ 7 ከዓ ስቕታናን ዘይምግባርናን ስቃይና የናዋሕ ኣሎ ዝብል ስለዚ ኢና ሰላማዊ ሰልፊ ንገብር ዘለና እዩ ዝብል ዘሎ ማለት እዩ Okay, good. ጽቡቅ አገደስቲ ነጥብታትን Okay.
So the protest is going to be at 10 a.m. at the State Department. Everybody who can show and come and please join. Anybody who can't join, please call the people that you know in DC to join. The invitation is for all Eritreans who are pro-justice, for all Tigarus, for all Oromo. Anybody who's pro-justice is invited. That's what it comes down to. And let me tell you, Teddy, the protests are extremely effective. I know some people think protest is not effective, but let me remind everybody. We did several collective protests in 2021. In February, it was a global one. I remember that one. And several in Los Angeles in May. I remember that one. And we did several throughout the year. In 2021, we got a sanction on EDF, PFDJ, Hidri Trust, Rescue Corporation, and the Ethiopian Agua Agreement was removed in 2021. And because of all the collective protests that's being done is what it is. And if you remember, the war stopped for a little while, and it started back up in August 23rd after the America released humanitarian money to the central government. So protest works, taking away the money works, because people can't fight without money. The people can't fight without bullets. And so that's going to be the key to ending this is literally stopping the financial support, stopping Turkey, UAE, China to keep fueling this war. And that's what it's going to come down to with diplomacy. So we're doing an advocacy. That's why we're inviting everybody to make a stand of saying, end this war, because everyone benefits when you end this war. And we're asking people to focus on making new social agreements. The whole racism among Eritrean and Tagaru and Ethiopia has to end. Period. You have to make new social agreements. As an Eritrean, I'm speaking to you in English because we're 4 generations deep as a diaspora. People came in the 70s, 80s, 90s, 91, 92, 93, 94, year after year, are coming to in 2000, 2001, 2, 3, 4. So if you see the cycle, then you have to make a social agreement to end the racism, to end the prejudice, to end the hate, and focus on respect, recognize, and reconcile. Abu Allahum, Teddy.
Thank you so much. I think ዝኸበርኩም ተኸታተልቲ ሰሚዕኹም ትኾኑ ኢኹም ምናልባት እዚ እዛ ብትግርኛ ፅሙቕ ኣቢለ ከቕርቦት ኮይኑ ምናልባት ነቶም ካብ ኣሜሪካ ወፃኢ ምናልባት እንግሊዝኛ ዘይሰምዑ እንተሊኹም ካብ ዝብል ሓሳብ እዩ ብዝኾነ እቲ ሰላማዊ ሰልፊ ብጣዕሚ ኣድማዒ እዩ ከምቲ ቀዲሙ ዝገለፆ ፅባሕ እቲ ሰላማዊ ሰልፊ ሰዓት 10 ምዃኑ እዩ ዝገልፅ ዘሎ ብዘይብኡ ሰላማዊ ሰልፊ ብጣዕሚ ኣድማዒ እዩ ንኣብነት ኣብ 2021 ኣብ ለካቲት ዝተገብረ ሰላማዊ ሰልፊ ኣድማዒ ነይሩ ሳንክሽን ክግበር ኣብቶም ትካላት ናይቲ መንግስትን መራሕቲ ናይቲ መንግስትን ክግበር ዝገበረ ብሰንኪቲ ዝገበርናዮ ሳንክሽን እዩ ኢሉ ማለት እዩ ብዘይብኡ እውን ኣብ ሎስ አንጀለስ ሰላማዊ ሰልፊ ከም ዝገበር ጠቂስዎ ኣሎ ኣብ ልዕሊ እውን ኣብ 2022 ኣብ ኣውጎስት ዝተገብረ እውን እቲ ኩናት እንተወሰነ ግዜ ደዋብ ምባል ኣበርክቶ ገይሩ እዩ ዝብል ዘሎ እቲ ሰላማዊ ሰልፊ ዝገበሮ ማለት እዩ ኣብ ርእሲኡ ዝጠቐሶ የናስ እንተልዩ ኣብ መንጎቲ ብፍላይ ኣብ መንጎ ኤርትራውያንን ተጋሩን ኣምሓሩን ኢትዮጵያውያን ብሓፈሻ ስደት ሲን ረብዓይ ወለዶታት ከይዱ ኣሎ ረብዓይ ወለዶ ኮይኑ ኣሎ ስለዚ እዚ ነገር እዚ ከቋርፅ ክኽእል ኣለዎ ሕጂ ከም ብሓድሽ ዝኾነ ስምዓት ወይ ከዓ ኮንትራክት ወይ ከዓ ሶሻል ኮንትራክት ዝበሎ እቲ ኣብ ዝምድናታት ኣብ መንጎቲ ሕብረተሰባት ክንገብር ክንክእል ኣለና ምክንያቱ እዚ ቀፃሊ ዝኾነ ኩናትን ቀፃሊ ዝኾነ ስደትን ከቋርፅ ምእንቲ ትሕዳ ኮይኑ እዩ ዝብል ዘሎ ሕጂ ከም ብሓድሽ ኣብ መንጎ እዚ ሕብረተሰባት እዚ መንጎ ኤርትራ ተጋሩ መንጎ ኢትዮጵያውያንን እንደገና ካልእ ዓይነት ኮንትራት ምስማዕ ክንገብር ኣለና እዚ ካብ ነንሕድና ንካበር ነንሕድና ኣፍልጦ ንወሃብ ከምኡውን ኣብ ነንሕድና ሪኮንሳይል ክንገብር ኣብ መንጎና ዕርቂ ክግበር ምእንትን ክንገብር ኣለና እዩ ዝብል ዘሎ የናስ ማለት እዩ ስለዚ ኣዝዩ ግርም ዝኾነ ይዛረብ ዘሎ ብጣዕሚ ብዙሕ ግዜ ከምቲ ዝበልካ የናስ many people believe that people have been demonstrating for about 2 decades let's say but we have not achieved any concrete thing so that's why many people are very do not believe the demonstration by itself can create a change in Eritrea we are demonstrating here in the US and the US has nothing done so far so people have good reason to be very reluctant that the demonstrations are effective as you are saying but do you believe that the demonstration for example you mentioned in 2021 has directly effect with the sanctions
so let me answer two of your points demonstration by itself doesn't solve the problem
okay
demonstration just brings attention to the policy that needs to be created to solve the problem then it has to be a collective effort from the outside and the inside the diaspora is on the outside and everyone else is on the inside so it has to be a collective communication on the outside and the inside
you mean inside are you talking about the Eritrean people inside in Eritrea or
people inside Eritrea people around Eritrea all the above
okay outside, what do you expect them or what are the Eritreans inside are doing in Eritrea
no what I'm saying is it's going to take a collective effort for any change to happen it's going to happen it's going to take a collective effort is my point protest by itself doesn't change anything protest with a collection of everything else is going to be the key
ዝኸበርኩም ተኸታተልቲ እንታይ ደሎ እቲ ሰላማዊ ሰልፊ ባዕሉ ንባዕሉ ዘምፅኦ ለውጢ የለን እዩ ዝብል ዘሎ ግን ናይ ሓባር ፃዕሪ ናይ ሓባር ስራሕ ብፍላይ ኣብ ደገ ደሎ ናብ ውሽጢ ደሎ ተሓጋጊዙ ነቲ ክመፅእ ዝኽእል ፖሊሲታት ኣብ ምቕያር ፅልዋታት ይገብር እዩ ዝብል ዘሎ ብሓፂሩ ኣብ መንግስቲ ኣሜሪካ ዝገብሮ ናይ ፖሊሲ ምቅያራት ይኹን ማዕቐብ ይኹን ካልእ ዝገብሮ ብናይ ኩሉ ድምር እዩ ዝብል ዘሎ ስለዚ ንዕኡ ከምኡ ንክግበር እውን እቲ ሰላማዊ ሰልፊ ኣበርክቶ ከም ዘለዎ እዩ ዝገልፀልና ዘሎ ማለት እዩ
the difference between back then and the difference right now is because now more people are in a position where they can recognize that there's a need because people in Eritrea people are being taken away before they were being taken away going to Sawa then when they went to Sawa they left the Sawa they took refuge and they went to Tigray or they went to Sudan Then they came to America, Europe, Canada. Now people are taken away and going straight to war. Now there's a bigger need. And then Ambassador Stephen Walker made it very clear. He said, Eritreans are for Eritreans. We're responsible for our own destiny. He made it very clear, which is good. So to me, that's a green light to start working together, all the Eritreans.
Yeah, actually, I do agree what you have said, but we don't have to be told from a foreigner whether Eritrean is, it's up to us. I mean, this is natural given. It's natural given. Everybody who born in Eritrea should, feel responsible for his own country, for his own people. So we don't need the American embassy to tell us whether Eritrea is for us or not. I mean, what you say, and I fully agree with you that we need to work together. And let me translate what you have said, Yanas. Title the law بزخانتي تحبير مسرح سي أدلاينت على بزخ جوان لعل زخانة خن واني ذل دلوا مقنعتو خمتي تفلتوا قدم منسيات خنوا على سبات تجيفهم ناب سوا خدون يروم كاب سوا خان دجنا دحار بقت ناب يوزعون يروم يذل دلوا مالتي بزخ جوان ناب سلطنا خي كدي بقت تايم ناب كنات خد دلوا سلزي سي زون نوعلس حدا أبتي تحسس سبا بتحبير مسرح أبتي urgency مالتي أبتي هتوصلت لوتي أمتي خمسة الله يزعل سنة دلوا. Okay, go ahead, Yanasi. I'm sorry if I interrupt.
Okay, so now our responsibility to work collectively. So, for example, Eritrean Afar National Congress should be working with all of us. We're working with them. Bright Future, Ya'akil, Brigade Hamadu, Eritrean Political Forces. So there's many more. And so when you put all these groups together, we're working collectively together. Now we have a protest. Now we bring awareness. Now we bring more policies. So that's the vision. So the main thing is I don't want people to lose hope because of the results of last year, but just recognize the only solution is to collectively work together is what I'm saying.
Okay. Okay. I will get back to you, Yanas. You mentioned about Brumatsai. You mentioned about Brigade Nahamadu and other opposition groups. But why is Ya'akil is organizing by himself this demonstration if you are working together with other opposition groups?
What do you mean? Everybody's invited.
Well, invited, but okay, invited does not mean that you are working together. Why you could not? Okay, why you could not organize together with other groups?
Oh, wait a second, Milan. The number one, this is organized with multiple groups on the DC on the ground. That's number one. Number two, every activity doesn't have to be organized with everybody at the same time. So, for example, the festivals being shut down worldwide. It got slowed down here in Dallas. It got shut down multiple times in Europe. That was a collective effort led by a combination of Bright Future, right there in the front. Brigade Hamadu, right there. Ya'akil, right there. So everyone, they can work together. My point is no one needs permission to work together. The key is to be proactive and work together. That's what it's going to come down to. So
I fully agree. People have to work together. But I believe for a better outcome and for inclusiveness, you should have invited other political organizations in this area. He's saying that if there are other groups are working on the local, on the cities, okay, but your flyer is saying only Ya'akil there. Okay, let's go back. Let's go back to the point. I fully agree that we people have to cooperate. I fully agree that we have to work together. I should not argue with you. This is your plate. I will give you back. Okay. Let's come back to the. But I still believe that Ya'akil need to work on this. I still believe the events. If you want a better outcome, it has to be coordinated. It has to be more inclusive with other opposition groups as well, from planning to the messaging. Okay, that's what I believe. Coming back to the demonstration, okay, what do you expect people to do tomorrow?
Oh, tomorrow I expect people to be the voice of the voiceless to come out and participate in the chants, to get to know each other. Some people already know each other, and also to plan an activity for another protest, to set up meetings with their representatives, to be motivated to go back to their cities and set up meetings with their representatives, share the pictures that they have with the experience with their representatives. That's what I expect.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me show the flyer that you guys have. What is the address, Yenas? People should be there.
It should be at I think it's 2201 C Street, Northwest Washington D.C. State Department. In short, State Department.
Okay. So do you have any phone number or any address if people would like to contact you guys?
Oh, I don't have. Let me see. Let me see if it's on the flyer. But the main thing is to focus, not to make it complicated. The protest is going to be at the State Department, and just meet at the State Department at 10 a.m. And the reason why you're meeting at the State Department is because they can make the quickest decision on a foreign policy there. The quickest decision.
Okay. هراي زخبركم تخاتلتي بزخن ساعة 10 إتي سلماوي سلفي زلو بتي بيت منجستي زلو زلو مخنياتو أو زقبرو اللي زلو مخنيات كا منجست أمريكا هتوس دخانة ويكا قلتوس دخانة سقوم تخوسد زبلت سبيت سلا زلو يتقال زلو. Okay. You mentioned that the okay. Go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to make sure it's going to be Friday at 10 a.m. at the State Department, 2201 C Street, Northwest Washington D.C. 20520.
Okay. Is there any other activity? Okay. What are you going to do? Are you going to walk? Are you going to do the people have to bring any kind of microphones and anything, or you guys have everything, or even flags and so on?
Yeah, so I would say definitely bring your flags, bring your posters, bring whatever you feel you want to bring at the protest, because the point of the protest is to be the voice of the voiceless. There's somebody in Eritrea right now who can't say anything, do anything, and you're here in Washington D.C., the most powerful country in the world, that can create a policy to help. So all you're doing is coming down there with your protest and chanting, and that's significant. And it may feel redundant, but we need it because we want to make the change. And not only do we need that, we also need collective collaboration to make more change continuously.
راي زخبركم تخاتلتي كلخاتكم ختموصي زعدن زلو مالتي وكل سب تحقاقز كم زلو كمصخم زلو ابتي زمصالكم زمصاخم لغيزه كله تي زدليكم نغير بانديرا ጭሩሕታት ካልእ ሒዝኩም ክትመፁ ከም ዘለኩም እቲ ቀንዲ ከዓ እቲ ለውጢ ንምምፃእ ለውጢ ክነምፅእ ኮይና ክንተሓገዝ ኣለና ክንሰርሕ ኣለና እዩ ዘሎ.
Okay. And also we're going to have introductions by key speakers. We're going to have moments of silence. We're going to have music. We're going to have poems by key individuals. And we're going to have a presentation. We're going to have a presentation letter to the State Department. So it's going to be very structured and organized. So to get the full impact and to be part of this, because it's going to be memorable, please come there early. And our chants are also going to be in English, because the people that are going to change the policy that we need all speak English. Some of our chants will be in Tigrinya, because our audience is Tigrinya, but the policymakers speak in English because we want them to understand our pain, our struggle, and they do. But now it's time for us to collectively work together and help each other. That's what it's going to come down to.
راي انتاي زبللو ابتي سلماوي سلفي قدمكم بساعاتكم ويكا قدم ساعات كتمصو خم زلكم يزبل زلو او خات استفلالي زربا خليو موسيقى خليو ግጥምታት ክህልው እዮም ኣብ ልዕሊ እውን እቲ ናብቲ መንግስቲ ዘቕርቦ ጽሑፋት እውን ክንበብ እዩ ስለዚ ኩሉ እዚ ከየምልጠኩም ኣብ ሰዓትኩም ቀዲምኩም ክትመፁ ከም ዘለኩም ሕጂ ገለገለ ብትግርኛ ክህልዎ እዩ መብዛሕትኡ ግን ብእንግሊዝኛ ክኸውን እዩ ምክንያቱ እቲ ቀንዲ ኣገዳስነት ዘለዎ እቶም ፖሊሲ ዝሕንፅፁ ሰባት ክሰምዕዎ እቲ ናህና ቃንዛን እቲ ናህና ቃልስን ክሰምዕዎ ስለ ዘለዎም ኢልና ከምኡ ክንገብር ኢና ስለዚ ክንተሓገዝ ኣለና እዩ ዝብል
Yeah, and also we're going to have Eritreans there, Tagaros there, Oromo there. Diverse groups are going to be there who are all pro-justice, who are all pro-democracy. That's the intention. That's the intent. That's the game plan. It's a collective protest.
ኣብቲ ሰለማዊ ሰልፊ እቶም ንፍትሒ ደው ዝበሉ ተጋሩ ክህልውና እዮም ኦሮሞ ክህልውና እዮም ካልኦት እውን ክህልውና እዮም ስለዚ እቶም ንፍትሒ ደው ዝበሉና ሰባት ናይ ሓበራዊ ቃልሲ ሓበራዊ ምኽተ ኢና ክንገብር ሓበራዊ ስራሕ ኢና ንሰርሕ
This is a joint protest with the Tagaru people, and the reason I'm emphasizing that is because, like I said, we have to make new social agreements. We cannot have any racism or prejudiceness anymore. That's what it comes down to. You have to take a stance because that's the stance that you have to take in order to have peace right now.
እንታይ ዝብል ዘሎ እዚ ናይ ሎሚ ፍልይ ዘብሎ ነገር ምስ ተጋሩ ሓቢርካ ዝስራሕ ዘሎ እዩ ከምቲ ዓንቶይ ዝበሎ እቲ ሶሻል ኮንትራክት ደግሞ ኣሎ እቲ ሓበራዊ ኣብ ክልቲኡ ሕብረተሰብ ክህሉ ዘለዎ ዝምድና ማለት እዩ ሓበራዊ ስራሕ ንሰርሕ ዘለና ፅባሕ ንጎ ሰላም ክህልወና ስለ ንደሊ እዩ ስለዚ ኣብኡ እዚ ትዕቢት ኮነ እዚ ንዕቐት ናብ ልዕሊ ካልኦት እዚ ዓሌታውነት ዝኾነ ነገራት ክህሉ ከም ዘይብሉ እዩ ዝጠቕሶ ዘሎ ኣብዚኣ I do have a question የናስ ኣብዚኣ here so what happened now Yakil seems to change that you are inviting Tagaru and others.
What do you mean by that question?
I mean Yakil has organized demonstrations before and you have had a lot of meetings but we have not seen any Tagarus before. So what is new? What happened?
That's not true. That's not true. February 25th, 2021. I'll send you some pictures just so you can have it. You're going to see the Tagaru flag, Eritrean flag, collectively protesting together, February 25th, 2021. So that's not true. Global Ya'akal is the one who led the demonstration for that. And the reason why the collectiveness was recognized right away.
Yeah, yes, but you didn't have the same flag that you have now. Now you are officially even declared,
I see what you're saying.
So what I'm saying is now Yakil is inviting Tagarus, which is good. I'm not saying I think it's a positive thing, but everybody recognizes this is a kind of that you have progressed, but which is good.
Heji, Raya, look at your phone real quick, just so you can see that. Heji, text Gedeka, Raya. What I was trying to emphasize was Eritreans and Tagarus and even Oroma. I remember in some of the protests. They protested together in 2021. In 2021, February 25th, 2021. The reason why I know this is because I was at the protest.
No, I'm not saying that there should not be one or two flags. I'm not talking about that. But on purposely now, you are working with the Tagarus. You are working with Tagarus, and you have officially invited them. And he also posted on the flyers, and not only Tagarus, even mentioned the Oromos. But I do have a question for you.
Let me answer your first question.
Okay, on the 7 points that he mentioned, you didn't mention anything about Tigray. How do you? Okay, you're saying that this is a cooperative work, but how can you say if you don't have any out of the 7 points he mentioned nothing about Tagaru? Even he didn't mention about the genocide is going on in Tagaru, in Tigray. So why is that?
Yeah, so I'll answer both questions for you at the same time. Okay. All right. The first one, you asked about why the change to have a joint right now, and because that's the evolution of it. The evolution is to collectively work together, and the evolution is to bring it out in the open. That's the reality of it. And the evidence is you look at the history. They've already been socially, people are already been working together. That's what it came down 2021 to now. And as far as the other side, that's the 7 points that I sent you that they were inviting our local Eritreans. That's the text message you got to the Eritreans to invite them to the protest.
So why you could not include issues concerns Tagaru? You're saying that the demonstration. Okay, Yanas. You're saying that the demonstration. Okay, the demonstration is a cooperative between Yaakil and the Tagarus. So why you could not include issues concern Tagarus?
Yeah, I'm going to answer it right now. Let me pull it up. Hang on. Bam, right there. Okay, so now I'll answer that by telling you the chance.
Okay, زخبركم تقاتلتنا. Let me just say something what we have discussed so far. I think يناس انت إلى حتى تصنيحه تمشوعات نتبتات عن تزجلت كملو زغنتي يأكل بوقعي مس تجارو يسرح مهلاو روما معدامو خم حدا تصبو نجار زو سديو تصبو يا حدا معمالنا قدميتيوس الذي مسجاني قد معري جن أبتي شوعات أنتو إذن بابام ويكازي نمنتاي demonstration نقبر زولن زبل حساب سلمنتاي ومتحدى مستقار حبير كاسر راح اللي خوينسي انتقارو زو قدسهم قدات كان نمنتاي أبتي زرزرا زي واتس جلز بالحوتي قريبا لمانتي انتاي لني زي صحب زسني إرتراوان تزرق حيو مو إرتراوان كو قدسوا اللي قبا عندي بزعانا تقرأي زي ملكات كذي بالحسابين قريبنا مالتي زغنا زي just it gives us to think about so it you guys or we can improve it for the next time. I don't have. I'm not trying to be like
Oh no, but let me give me an opportunity to respond.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, thank you. So you're asking about the 7 points, and so I'm going to make it even more easy for you and to listen to these chants.
Okay.
Tagaru's pain is our pain.
Stop what is it in the 7 points?
I'm going to send it to you in a minute.
This is another thing. Okay. The first question that he answered, Diana's, why was the demonstration is held? Okay. So the 7 points that he mentioned.
There's more.
Okay. Yeah. He didn't mention anything about the pain of Tagarus. Okay. Now you're giving me another text that I can accept that.
I'm going to give you 2.
Okay. Good.
I'm going to send you this one that I'm about to read, and I'm going to send you the flyer, which says it right there as well. And Tagaru's pain is our pain is number 1. Stop the violence against Tagaru. Stop the violence against Oromo. Stop the violence against Eritreans. Tagaru's lives matter. Eritrean lives matter.
Good.
Oromo lives matter. All access to Tigray. All humanitarian aid to Tigray, and so on and on and on. So my point is, I want to make sure you're clear. The 7 points you got was just one text. I didn't send you the rest of it.
Why you didn't do that?
Well, because I just didn't send it to you because I didn't.
Why not? Why? I know, Yanas. I know you've been texting the same text to all Eritreans. So why you could not text the same text, what you are reading now, to the public? Why you cannot be clear with your members, with other Eritreans? Why do you need to have different messages to different people?
So
okay, when you send a text, okay, you say that this demonstration is a cooperative between Eritreans.
Teddy, hold on. Somebody anymore? The poster, the flyer, says Tagaru's on it. And so that message, hang on. That message.
I'm not taking. I'm just listening.
No, hang on. That message went to everybody in this public. What I just read to you right now was just chance. And the point that I sent you was a message that I wanted to send you just to help you be able to translate it into Tigrinya. That's all it is.
I appreciate that.
And that was written, hang on. And that was written by a certain individual, right? That posted it. And I just wanted to share it with you. That's all it was.
I appreciate it.
The purpose of it was to encourage Eritreans to come. That was the purpose of it. Because we want to remind them, because we recognize that there are Eritreans who have negative sentiment against Tagaros. We recognize that. We also recognize that those same Eritreans need to have a new social agreement with their neighbors, with themselves, with their people, in order to have a peaceful situation. And so that was to encourage those Eritreans.
You're saying that there are two sentiments, so you send different messages to different people. Is that what you're saying?
No, what we're saying is we're sending messages. They created the message to send to the people in order to encourage them to come. That went to everybody. That message went to everybody in our group. You understand what I'm saying? Everybody in Yaakov got the group.
But I haven't received anything about Tagaros except the flyer.
No, what I'm saying is
on the flyer, I have seen it on the flyer.
You didn't hear what I just said.
But I didn't receive on the message.
You ignored what I just said.
No, I'm saying Yenas. I got your point. The first message that it was sent from you today is the 7 points. It was also sent to everybody. I know that.
Period. What do you know?
Yeah. Okay, so let's go back to the demonstration. If there is anything that you would like to add up on that.
So like I said, the demonstration, this war ending is a benefit to everybody. Us getting attention for this war and getting the right now you're hearing about people, the envoys, they're going to South Africa, Kenya. Even they went from Djibouti, so people are making moves. They're making decisions, and this decision is either going to help us or hurt us. And ultimately, what we want is this war to end completely. No one in their right mind can say they want the war to continue. Everybody wants this war to end, and that's what it comes down to.
Yes, if they agree, if peace comes, do you think that Isaias will stop oppressing our people?
No. Isaias has to go. He's not going to stop oppressing our people.
So why your slogan is not saying Isaias has to go? Why do you only focus on peace?
Because have you heard of the statement, no justice, no peace?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so what we want is no war, and we want peace, and yes to peace. In order to have peace, you have to have justice. In order to have the justice, you have to get rid of oppressors. In order to get oppressors, you got to get rid of PFDJ.
But it didn't say anything on the flyer. The flyer says...
I got you. So on the, here's what you got to do, Teddy. Tomorrow, you have to observe the protests when they do their chants. And then when they do their chants, here's what you're going to hear.
Okay.
Hang on. When they do their chants, you're going to hear Isaias is a war criminal. You're going to hear Isaias is not my president. This is what you're going to hear. Down, Isaias. Death to Isaias. You're going to hear a lot of stuff. So here's what my point is. You have to come to the protest, or you have to watch the protest, right, to see what's going on, to see what the intentions are. What you're not going to do, and what we cannot do, is just criticize off of a piece of flyer without even understanding the intent, the desire. The desire is to have peace. Peace is a result of what? Peace is a result of justice. And what's justice? Justice is a result of protecting human rights. What's that? Getting rid of everybody who doesn't protect human rights.
Good. It's good to say, but unless you put it on your flyer, unless you say it clearly what you desire in Eritrea, I mean, it's good to desire.
Pull the flyer up.
Okay, let me talk, Yenas. Okay, let me talk. By the way, I'm not trying to be very critical to you. I'm just trying to questioning you so people can improve the things that we're supposed to do. At this time, nobody expects peace from Isaias. We want regime change in Eritrea. Okay, the slogan should be more stronger. I believe the slogan should be more stronger than begging for peace. I don't think so. Isaias will create a peace. He has never done a peace in his whole life.
That's fair.
Yeah. So
I respect that. I respect that.
Yeah, that's
like
what
that.
I mean.
I like what you're saying. I like your angle. I like that.
Yeah, I mean, we want to be a very clear message be sent to those people you mentioned in policy makers. What do you want them to do? You want them to help you regime change in Eritrea, so we could have a better and clear message instead of nobody expects CIS will make peace in Eritrea and then in the region. Anyway. I think I didn't even prepare any questions, so I'm so happy that we had a very good conversation. ዝኸበርኩም ተኸታተልትና ምስና ዝፀንሓና ቃል ምሕተት ዳርጋ ብዝኽንውዲና ቅሬታ ምናልባት ገለገሊኡ ከይተርጎም ኩልኩም ዝሓለፍኩ ነገራት ኣሎ ግን ብሓፈሻ ኣብቲ መጨረሽታ ግዜ እቲ ጭርሖ ዝተረረ ክኸውን ይኽእል ነይሩ ዝሓየለ መንግስቲ ለውጢ ገለገለ ዝብል ሰላምሲ ዝሰምዕ ነገራት እስያስ ብሰላም ዝሰምዕ ነገር ኣይኮነን ገለገለ ዝብል ሓሳብ እዩ ነይርዎ ሓሳብና ማለት ይቕንለይ so የናስ ናባኻ
Yeah, so one thing, Teddy, just to remind you, in diplomacy, regime change automatically means war. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but we want war. You are not making it from your department.
Okay, so you're saying be clear, we want regime change. And so to chant, we want regime change, regime change. That's something that we really got to think about. Ultimately, with diplomacy, the ultimate aim is peace. And what you got to remember about peace, salam, you can't have peace without justice. You can't have justice without recognizing the atrocities, without recognizing that. And you can't have a conversation about recognizing atrocities unless you have respect. So that's ultimately what it comes down to. And so we can talk about that. I know what you're saying and you're being clear and so forth, but I hope you understand what I'm saying.
No, I fully understand you. I also understand the way you want to approach the Western mentality. But at the same time, you know what Brigade Nahamed done in Europe? He sent this very clear message, even though it was not, it has a consequence. But at the same time, unless we become to the stage that we express our anger and do practical actions, we're not going to make change in Eritrea. That's what I believe. So Ya'akil need to be more proactive, more aggressive. Not only Ya'akil, any Eritrean opposition group, any individual, by the way. What do we expect? You've been explaining how Eritreans are living in Eritrea this time. They are living in hell. So by begging peace, I don't think so Eritrea will do peace. So my personal opinion is we need to be more aggressive in everything that we do. We should not even demonstrating here, but I personally believe we should be down there, fighting Isaias. But anyway, thank you so much. I really appreciate you. I will give you the last word. Thank you for coming to Teddy Press. Please come back again and I would like to to invite you and tell us what you and your department is going to do.
Oh yeah, definitely. I will. Thank you, Teddy. The one thing I want to remind everybody, when we're chanting peace, Teddy, I promise you, we're not chanting peace to ask for Isaiah's permission. We don't need his permission for peace. We don't need his permission for advocacy. We're chanting for peace so that the world recognize that's what we want. We know that's the result that we want. Anything that comes with it, we want those moving parts to happen. So we want all of us to work together collectively towards that angle. That's the main thing. So that's what I wanted to say. And then thank you for having me here. I really enjoyed going back and forth with you. And I hope the audience, they like it too. I hope they understood. But please come to this protest, advocate, and then spend time and chant and listen to the schedule that we have. It's going to be at the State Department at 10 a.m. October 7th, tomorrow. Thank you so much, Teddy.
Thank you so much. زخبركم تخاتلتا مسيناس ولدو صنحنا حلفي دبلوماسي بايتو يأكل حبرات منكسات أمريكا صنحنا قلمتيت أبز ودينا لنا بكالوان خالت حسوق سعن الراقب أبزازل لخمو سلام يغني لي ناس.
Thank you, Teddy. And somebody asked the question, do you want regime change? Absolutely. I want PFP to be replaced. Absolutely, 100%.
Yeah, of course.
And I want peace at the same time.
Of course. Thank you so much. But you're not going to get a peace without regime change. Thank you so much.
100% agree with you.
100%. ربين لكم وزا زنبيل بزغزا زمدر دو عين حيزا كعربيل تقانزا محراي كاز حجن عزمو صباح من يغزمو لنا الكنبل عمو كني حكس نفالمو عادي وصل زي كسنة من كمان تدندن قديمس كم تقدم عبيتس كم تقدم بحر سدة توسدهم تجيبهم كل عبيدهم فتح البنا قيدهم جمد قبل زمدهم نعرف بازا قربويه نسمر مو بحوار نعيه فتاني حسب لبخا بتاني حبيب كدا قدمو صبح كلامي قلمو تحق ناس من سرقا مناسير ومتبقى زعدنا انتاي ودقا زبور رزحاي برقا هيوات زاب الجامو حقو تسرق سلامو حزب دكاي بلالو قزي مولالي قزي خانكلو كان زاق حاضر علنا بلو إذن حفاش دمصخا تبلو علنا كابلو تاريخا مسلو وقت جمالو زي وازا كعرب كله تقانزا درنا دو عين حيزا وقحتان قعزا تعلال كم أدخنت صباحي باسب سعنت تبحال الله ببونت بحراسة زمخنت هزبينا تغردنا فحيلنا تبتل من تغير رزقنا عين بالنسغان حرنتنا من داي حنفت حندي زقودات صباح قبله مخت عبي نمخر مو بدبي نركب موزاقر نويا سمر مو بحبار نحيا عدم سلوى سباد دربي كيحم كلغا حبار بدبي زيد اتصالو وترو زدبي كل وانزفو هاجر تعبي عطا ودز حزبي تاي قدالك غبا قرز عبي عطا ودز حزبي تاي قدالك غفتح زعبي عطا ودز حزبي تاي قدالك غب حق زعبي عطا ودز حزبي تاي قدالك غبز بزعبي تاي قدالك حبز زعبي تاي قدالك غبز زعبي تاي قدالك حبز زعبي كبز زعبي دمي بغبرة كم زي ملسة هزبان قدام نافسسة نعيد دقيس من مستكسة مسألة لكا زي تملسة عطا ودز حزبي تاي قدالك غبا قرز عبي عطا ودز حزبي تاي قدالك